If anyone here is watching and you're one of the brands that create the briefs, please don't be upset with what I'm about to say. My strategy is very simple. I pick the most boring brief because nobody's going to submit to it, and that increases my chances. Now, here's an interesting part of it as well. There are the briefs that you know everybody's going to work on, okay? You know, are we allowed to mention names or we shouldn't?
Oh, we can.
We can? Okay.
We can, yeah.
So every student in the world is going to have a Burger King piece. Every student in the world is going to have a Spotify piece. Every student in the world is going to have a Nike piece. So if I'm a recruiter and I'm getting 5 books and they all have the same brands, that's kind of a bit of a problem. So this is something I always kept in mind as well. Am I doing this for the award, or am I doing this because I want this piece in my book? You know, for example, I worked on a Nike piece this season at D&AD, and I knew that this brief had very high competition because it's a fun brief, it's a nice brief, and it's a fun brand, right? But I took the risk regardless, and then I worked on other briefs that were boring. So this is basically my personal strategy. And then my creative process, what I like to do personally is I read the brief like 3-4 times, and then I completely forget about it for like a week. I just think of anything that comes to my mind, any thought. It could be literally like, what if Marcelo has a black hat instead of a white hat? Like, it's literally it, anything that comes to mind. I'm a pen and paper guy. I always have my pen and paper. That's how I like to work personally. I'm a pen and paper guy. I write as many ideas as possible, and then I check in with the team. I'm like, hey guys, here are some ideas, here are some thoughts, here are some this and this and this. And then they share what they have as well, and we start to brainstorm a little bit, okay? Whether it works or it doesn't, we split up, we do the same thing again. I go back to the brief again, and then I do that. And you know, it really helps when you have different people from different backgrounds, because they give you a lot of different perspectives. For example, you're from Brazil, I'm from Egypt. So maybe when we're brainstorming, I'm like, you know, Marcelo in Egypt, you know, they do this and this and this and this and this. What if we do this that could work for this country? So where you're from also makes a difference. And that's why I also made it a point to try and work with as many diverse people as possible. I worked with people from Egypt, from Colombia, from Miami, from San Francisco, from New York, from Brazil, from Canada, from so many different countries. And I think that really helps with the process. And then the creative process, again, we pretty much keep doing that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until we settle on the idea. And I pitch it to my teachers for feedback. Hey guys, we came up with all these ideas. What do you think will work? Here's the brief. And then we get feedback and we start again until we get to the crafting perspective, which is like, you know, when we start to get really meticulous with everything.
What's your advice for students who want to win an award?
I think it's really important to kind of understand why you want to win. Some people don't care about awards to begin with, and that's totally fine. Some people are obsessed with awards. That's totally fine. But I think it's really important to have like a bit of a mental check with yourself that, are you chasing the awards, or are you chasing the fame, or are you chasing good work? So a lot of people are really, really different about that. Some people, they're like, I want to win a Grand Prix no matter what. I want to create, like, is this idea going to win a Grand Prix? Is this idea going to win black? It's like, that's how they kind of think of it. Other people are like, I want to create fucking amazing work. And if they win awards, great. If they don't win awards, that's fine. My advice is basically know that it is going to be incredibly subjective. What that means is your work is going to be in a room with 10 judges, 20 judges, 30 judges. People are going to think of your work differently. It's going to be difficult for you to keep evaluating yourself on the award, you know? So my advice is identify why do you want to win an award, work through that. You have to accept criticism from different people. Okay, so I'm not saying 5 people because then it gets confusing, but like if 3 people tell you this is not working out, you gotta let go of the baby. Sometimes we get really attached to the ideas and we want to do that. And also Pick the right people to work with. Pick people who want the same things as you. Most of my teams were international people, so because internationals need visas, so they worked really, really hard. That doesn't mean that the Americans didn't work hard. It's just that the internationals, like, it's kind of like something that they need. So
Yeah.
work with kind people. Take some breaks because you will need them. Do not leave things to the last minute. That will make you go crazy. If you want to win awards, study the work from the previous years as well. Look at what's working and what's not working. Like, make sure the work is fresh. Please do not copy other people's ideas or executions. It's going to look really, really bad. And focus on the big ones that will get you noticed, which are D&AD, New Blood, One Show, Young Ones, Future Lions, Cleos. Am I missing anything? What do you think?
If you want to see the full interview, click on the card right here. And if you like this type of content and don't want to miss any of the interviews, click on the little ball right here so you become a subscriber and receive a notification every time we post a new video every Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay? See ya!